This is it. Wick's last stand. After 4 weeks of taking down map after map, killing hostile after hostile, and destroying approximately 118 lethal zone playcarts, it all comes down to Trumbull Valley, our 5th and final map with a single character. Oh fuck, Wick, no, not like this! If you've missed the story so far, go back and give the previous 4 episodes a watch. Otherwise, whack a like on it, subscribe, and let's crack on. After starting construction with an infirmary workshop duo, we call in a car as we left our last one outside the trade summit in Cascade Hills. I guess that means we've been hitchhiking our way over here, but ignoring that, the car I call in is one I've never seen before. It's a red Talon vehicle. It doesn't do anything fancy other than having a special light bar at the top and a cool decal, but it does have an interesting quirk that causes disaster later in the video. Anyway, while I'm waiting for that bloater to evaporate, I searched the military tent to the side, and I'm pretty glad I did. Plenty of useful shit to keep us going strong. Ignoring the crossbow, of course, I'd rather shit in my hands and clap than use that thing. I obviously take a quick second to drop the supplies back off at base, but get jump scares while I'm in a menu. Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? But hey, it's always good to get a crackhead kill under your belt early doors. I can then make my way north and climb a cell tower, and after discovering 2 plague guards nearby, I head to the area my scope couldn't reach. There's always a heart or 2 down this way. Heart 1, I can block the only entrance with my car, so that's a freebie. But my escape is always a bit more interesting as I can't just jump in the car and drive away. So after nearly destroying my car, I decide it's best to head onwards on foot, mainly because the car's now in a really awkward position and I don't want any dickheads attaching to its bonnet. But it's not a problem as the next heart is only in the warehouse slightly to the north. As soon as we're on to our final stand, I no longer need to be conservative with my ammo and explosives. As I start beating, I notice a bloater creeping into shot, so I try weaponizing its cloud to instant kill the heart, but fuck shit up and can't drop the molly in time. And to make things even worse, as I try to get rid of the cloud, the snap aim screws me and the molly goes straight into the shelving unit I'm stood right next to. Luckily, fire cannot kill the dragon. I complete the first phase, then drop a thermite grenade I picked up from the military tent. Then with the flame still burning, I move in to complete the second phase, and as I do so, a burning zombie runs into the heart, finishing it off for good. I then go for a little run to lose the hordes, then find a first aid kit and a secret weapons container. Certainly a waste of a high value item, but it is what it is. I take what I need from the plague heart, then head back to collect my car. But before I can get in it, a stranger appears nearby asking for my assistance. This is Sack, and he's lost his son and wants me to help him find him. And there has been several occasions on Wick's journey where he tries to help someone, and they always die horribly. But that ends today. Not only will Sack assist us in taking down a plague heart, but he shall also find his son, and finally someone on this journey will get the happy ending they deserve. He will be more than just a distraction for me as I take on the blood plague. Sack will live. Although things get off to a horrible start as Wick gets diagnosed with Parkinson's. Why am I... It's a bloody good thing I'm always carrying plenty of plague cures. I'm then able to complete the first phase, although while doing so I get bit, and while beating him off I get trapped in the gas cloud. And I'm back up Shit's Creek, but at least I've got plenty of paddles. Sack has also come to my assistance, but he's getting grappled, so I drop a thermite grenade to help him out. Damn, I'm such a good friend. I then head back in and pop 5 headshots in quick succession, which really impresses Sack.
Okay, I'm impressed.
Well, if that impresses you, wait until you see my shovel work. That's the second phase completed right there. I then sort out a crackhead from distance, and once again notice that Sack is in trouble. Well, there's only one way I know how to save a man from a horde of zombies. I got you, Sack. There you go. I'll save him. I'll sort him out. I'm wasting so much fuel right now. So much fire on keeping Sacky Boy alive. But after all that trouble, there's only one more heavy swing to finish off the play card. I don't even have a chance to loot it. Just hop straight back into the car. After a quick J-turn to remove the Zeds, I pick up our lad Sack, and it didn't cross my mind once to leave him for the undead. It actually crossed my mind several times, because I'm actually a knobhead. We get to the area of his son's last known location, and it looks like he's been captured by some hostiles. Well, the sidearm goes brop brop, get fucked you bastards. I do what I do best, firing off rounds with no thought of where they're going. Although for once on this occasion, that might not have been the smart play.
Damn it, no.
So his son is dead, and he realised exactly after I shot 2 guys that were lying motionless on the floor. Did I just kill Sack's son? Well, at the moment there's too many zombies chasing me to speak to the bloke, so I turn my attention to the plague heart next door. Hostiles always set up bases in the worst places. While Sack is grieving the loss of his son, I phase the plague heart, then drop my final thermite grenade. But that must have caused a double phase as a few more hits kills the plague heart. At that point, I decide to head back and see how Sack is doing, but he's surrounded by the most amount of zombies I've ever seen in my life. Why is there so many fucking zombies? Luckily, one fuel bomb can clear the entire horde, and it doesn't even remove a layer of skin off Sack. And lads, we can all agree, your Sack is definitely the thinnest skin you can get. Sack then gets dropped by a crackhead, but it's alright, my twitchy trigger finger prevents him from being disemboweled. But it looks like he needs to have a little lie down. I was so close, I can't believe my baby's dead. I was saving this for when I found him. You should have it. Thanks, man. Oh, soda. Be honest, I don't need it. Can I sell it back to you? He rejects that proposal, so I leave him to grieve on the floor in peace. Then once I've collected loot from the last plague cart, I head off to take down what I imagine is the final plague cart in Fairfields. It's in a house nearby, and I can quickly phase it uninterrupted with my shovel, then drop a frag as I'm exiting. Although when I head back in, I get complacent and get bit, which results in another infection. So I once again beat off a stranger in the bathroom and drop my final frag grenade. Then once I'm clear of the crowds, pop that cure. But that must have caused a second phase as one more hit gets the job done. And with that, I decide to take a jog to a petrol station on the edge of town and turn that into an upgraded outpost. Then after a quick looting spree, I climb the cell tower on the edge of Fairfields. Because we're still in plague territory. Who'd have guessed that I can't count? I can spot another plague cart from the top, but unfortunately I get trapped up here by a pretty problematic wandering horde. So the question is, how the bloody hell do I get down from here without being turned into a chew toy? Well, I collected more frags from the outpost. Oh, no! Jesus, okay, that was not clever. I guess we can add invisible walls to the already stacked list of villains. Thankfully, from the lower platform I can drop the frag, which ignites the bloater cloud and sets the horde ablaze, giving me the time I need to shimmy down and escape. And luckily our next plague cart is in walking distance, although it is right next door to an infestation. I managed to complete the first phase without too much trouble, and once I've escaped out the back door, toss a frag behind me. But the feral from the earlier wandering horde has caught up to me. But you should know by now ferals are barely an inconvenience for Wick, and the feral hunter strikes once again. Imagine being taken down by a crackhead, you'd have to be a massive pussy. I then head back inside, completing the second phase, and the frag I toss as I exit the back door gets the job done for good. So far so good, 6 hearts down, just 24 more to go. Heading out to Fairfields, I find another heart in a farmhouse, and we can get the job finished without too many troubles. After that, I decide to head northbound towards the mountains, and work our way through the hearts back down the valley. I get through the tunnel and find the next plague cart in the gun store, then some backward sounding bloke named Mickey jumps on the radio to complain about me. I don't see your ugly ass taking on the blood plague, what a prick. Anyway, I complete the first phase with my calloused palms, then light everything on fire. I then kill another crackhead, complete the second phase, then not too long later take down the entire heart. I then climb onto a car on the main road, and once I've popped off some unsuppressed gunfire to draw the hordes towards me, I can then sprint back towards the gun store, making sure to take the long way around. Then once I'm inside, the area is secure and I can claim it and set landmines. Then once I've enjoyed the free firework display, then it's time to get to looting. And with everything safely deposited into the supply locker, I continue the journey northbound in search for more plague carts. There's one in a warehouse at the industrial section up the road, and I decide to take it on before I've even climbed the cell tower nearby. What an absolute maniac. I phase it, then drop a pipe bomb, but that not being enough, I also decide to drop a fuel bomb. Then with some clever maneuvering, I can put most of the hordes into the flames, which allows me to complete the second phase incredibly quickly, and once again drop another fuel bomb. Then a few more swings gets the job done. It's at that point I decide to climb the cell tower, and there's 2 more plague carts in this section of the map. I decide to start with the one slightly to the south, and things start off pretty decently by completing the first phase, then I drop a pipe bomb, which certainly didn't cause me any issues. But with the way I'm playing, I've taken way too much partial infection, so even though I can complete the second phase really easily, a plague feral sneezes on me and I contract blood plague. But obviously I got plenty of plague cures, so it's not even a problem. The feral goes down as you'd expect, and 2 swings of my trusty shovel later, so does the plague cart. At that point, it's time to head back northbound to take on the heart we spotted earlier, but this time we can take it down with no problems. Then it's time to go and speak to Mickey and his mates, as I get the impression they've been here for some time, and we still need to get some information on where Wick's brother is. They agree to ask around about him as long as I help Mickey find some computer doohickey. So we both hop in the car and make a move, and holy shit, that's a long bloody drive. So on the way past, I decide to drop by the outpost we claimed, drop off all our loot and refuel the car, and then we can make it all that way without a secondary pit stop. Unfortunately, however, the industrial steel supply company is filled with the undead. Well, it's a good thing I'm carrying enough fuel bombs to reignite your parents' marriage. Also, Mickey does a really good job at distracting the dickheads, while I sneak away to do the looting. I give him the computer doohickey, and he gives me something very special in return. No, it's not his virginity, 3 of the Wilkerson's Special Reserve. It's basically a firebomb on steroids, so I rush over to the next plague cart to test the buggers out. However, there's a bloater right next to the heart, so instead I use a fuel bomb in an attempt to get that instant bloater kill. Unfortunately, however, that didn't work. However, I do get an easy phase with 2 hits of the shovel, and then I drop the pipe bomb for good measure. Then when I head back in, I get bit, taking my infection meter well into the danger zone. So I drop one of Mickey's special fire bombs and button bash my way out of there. But hey, that took down the plague cart. My next plan is to head to the center of the map, where there's usually 2 plague carts you can take down pretty easily by blocking the entrance with your car. However, I realise I'm in plague territory sooner than expected, so I take a quick detour, which works out as I find another heart. However, this is where where things start to go horribly wrong as I completely ignore my infection meter. Things start off as usual as I complete the first phase with my shovel, then I drop one of Mickey's special firebombs. I run around the back where I hear it complete the double phase, then I take another hit, taking my infection meter right up to the mark, but while the heart is facing I can't get close to it, so decide to drop a pipe bomb and skedaddle. Then thinking the cloud is dissipated, I throw myself back through the window. Oh god, oh, I'm infected myself. Imagine that's how I went out. Threw myself into the open. Oh no! A feral tackles me to the ground and a minute is taken from my lifespan. I try to dodge my way away, but he's immune to my button bashing strats. Less than 2 minutes of Wick's life remain. I need to climb onto the car to inject the cure. Just get to the car. But oh no, we can't climb onto this car. 1 minute remaining. Just get back to the building. Slow it down with the door. He hits me again. 34 seconds remaining. And that's when I inject the cure. Oh my god, 30 seconds. That was fucking insane. All because I couldn't climb up onto that car. Oh, okay, I need to stop dicking about. Don't get me wrong, that was pretty close, but there was no way in hell I was letting a feral take me down this close to victory. And with that, I can take down the plague art, and I can tell you for a fact, I've never been so happy to see a medikit. With that over with and the skid marks removed from my underwear, it's back to those hearts that I can cheat. Sorry, no, not cheat, tactically maneuver around. Unfortunately, however, an enclave has moved into one of those spots. Inconsiderate bastards. They don't even have anything useful for sale. Your father should have left you in a crusty sock. Luckily, there is a plague heart in the other spot. And just like that, it's 14 hearts down in Trumbull Valley. My next plan is to clear up Spencer's Mill, and hopefully take down enough hearts to turn this ammo store into an outpost. But first things first, you know what I've got to do. Climb the cell tower, baby. I spot 3 hearts from the lookout, so it's time to get to work. Starting with the closest to my location, as that makes logical sense. I can complete the first phase before the crowds get to me, then once I'm outside, I lob one of Mickey's special firebombs. But after I've looped back around, a feral has joined the party, and rather surprisingly, the bastard decides to tackle me to the ground. And I'm once again millimeters away from infection, so we engage in a roly-poly battle outside, but ultimately there can only be one winner. Get wrecked, you crackhead. But all that commotion outside has drawn the hordes away from the heart, and that special firebomb must have caused the second phase, as a few more swings gets the job done. But the outpost I want is still claimed by a plague art, so I immediately turn my attention to the next one. But as long as I can keep moving, it doesn't cause a problem whatsoever. Obviously ignoring that dickhead. So I take it outside and deal with it appropriately, and then I can head over to the gun store, which is now literally just outside of plague territory. So I turn it into an upgraded outpost, and once I've spent 5 minutes looting all of its goodies, I make our way towards the final heart in Spencer's Mill. It's located in an unfinished house, and knowing I'm strapped with explosives, decide to park the car away from the blast radius. However, there is a juggernaut right there. I decide to lead the beast well away from my vehicle, and luckily he doesn't know how to bend his knees, so can't get into the unfinished house to attack me while I'm attacking the plague cart. However, plague zombies can. So after taking yet another cure, it's time to light everything on fire. That gives me the time I need to complete the first phase and drop a pipe bomb, but after hearing the cries of a blood feral, it's time to get out of there. I'm able to deal with it, but unfortunately take damage from a plague Z, but the earlier mentioned pipe bomb must have caused the double phase, as a few more swings kills the heart. Unfortunately, I seem to have forgotten about the fat fucker interested in my liver and kidneys, and my escape goes somewhere in between abysmal and catastrophic. Honestly, how the fuck did I think this was gonna end? Hey, get away from my car, you fat piece of shit! I can't help but feel that threat was a little on the late side, but I think we've all seen on this mission, Wick is a vengeful sort, and not once has he taken down a juggernaut that didn't involve his rear end. So I drop pipe bomb after pipe bomb on the big fat bastard. I can then force him to his knees with my overly aggressive automatic pistol, then jump onto his back and repeatedly stab him in the head. Luckily, I have a toolkit in the back. An advanced one as well, so it'll be a very quick fix. And a quick fix it really is. Allow that to be a lesson to the rest of you zombie pricks. Next up, it's time to meet Isby at the unfinished gas station. She's with Mickey's group who we helped out earlier, and tells me if I help her collect something from her previous home, she'll tell me the last known location of my brother. Finally a reliable lead, let's head over there. Although her previous base was in a petrol station of all places. What a weirdo. I let her crack on to do what she needs to, with me in a high location watching her back carefully. I'm such a good friend. But with that sorted, she then wants me to give her a lift back from where I picked her up from. And I'm obviously happy to agree. What kind of arsehole would leave a lady behind in the zombie apocalypse? Hang on. Oh, I left Isby behind. Oh, my God. Isby, I'm so sorry. I threw you in the car. Honest to God, I just got so easily distracted. I'm a terrible friend. Unfortunately, things don't get any better for Isby as I clip her at 45 miles an hour. Luckily, she's a champ and gets straight up and just shakes it off. Anyway, I get back to where I picked her up from and she tells me a guy matching my brother's description was last seen in downtown Marshall. We are finally so close to the end game, but first we have to finish what we started. We have to end the blood plague once and for all. Under the cover of darkness, we get to the next play cart near the Wilkerson's farm, but there's nothing the undead could throw at me to prevent my win. So I immediately head over to the next one, which happens to be located right next to a level 2 infestation. But that actually turned out to be a great thing. Okay, ignoring yet another infection. But because that feral is from an infestation, by killing it I'm given a 30 round burst fire shotgun. Although putting 19 of those rounds straight into a plague art doesn't even complete the first phase. So for those of you who always comment asking why I don't usually shoot hearts, that is exactly why. Although this gun in particular is excellent for thinning out hordes. Very highly recommended. Although let's be honest, nothing can beat fire, especially a fuel bomb. Look at that baby spread. Anyway, the heart inevitably goes down, and I can head back to the ammo outpost to unload and restock. Then with 11 plague carts remaining, it's time to take back Trumbull Valley from the blood plague and reunite Wick with his brother. And seeing as it's been a while, I've swapped out my 22 for a 30 round AK, as I've been collecting every bit of ammo from hearts, from sacks, from outposts. Any chance I have for getting the high powered stuff. So let's do this properly. The next heart is in an awkward ensuite, so I'm stuck using the shovel, but it does go down. And we continue inching closer and closer to Marshall. 10 hearts remain on Wick's journey. Still in the farmland, we find our next plague heart. But strapped with an AK, it stands no chance whatsoever. 21 hearts down onto the next in this scrapyard. But he's the most dangerous man the apocalypse has ever witnessed. Nothing can stop him now. Not even the hostiles he finds just outside of Marshall. After downing 2 and finishing the 3rd, he leaves the others for the undead. One more heart remains before we head into downtown Marshall itself. But not even God could stop Wick now. He's an unstoppable force sent to rid the world of the blood plague and take down as many of the undead as humanly possible. 7 plague hearts remaining. Now we head into Marshall. Probably the most dangerous place in State of Decay 2. Oh, fuck off, Tressie, not now, man. The next heart goes down as violently as the rest. Then Wick can take down the next before a single zombie can get to him. How high can this man climb? The next heart is in Big Daddy's auto shop. He starts as he always did, battering with his shovel until a feral tackles him, taking his partial infection right up to the limit. He manages to escape and drops a molly that completes the first phase of the heart. He can then pop a crackhead in the face and narrowly avoid the charge of a Plague Z. But unsuppressed gunfire deep in Plague Zone was always going to catch up to him. Another feral comes out of nowhere. Drunk on his own power, high on his apparent invincibility, he even starts to toy with a crackhead, dodging him for fun. The apocalypse has turned into his playground. That's when it happens. He manages to dodge the next attack, then throw himself over the wall to put space between them. But he gets downed and his health drops to dangerous levels. Less than 3 minutes left to live. But Wick is no quitter. He beats him off once more, but it's not enough. Trying to go over the wall once more, the feral tackles him and downs him to the point where the Plague Zeds can surround him, and his plague meter goes from minutes to seconds. Oh shit, yep, there we go. Come on. Nope! Nope, nope, no! No! Wick sadly dies alone in Trumbull Valley, turning into the very thing he swore to destroy. With 5 plague carts remaining on the 5th and final map, he shall never find his brother, and the blood plague shall carry on sweeping through America and the rest of the world. But maybe I was wrong to say he died alone, as nearly 12 months ago to the day, merely streets away from his final resting place, his brother sadly succumbed to a similar fate. Rest in peace, Terry. Rest in peace, Wick. No one was as great and as diabolical as the two of you. It's a shame we didn't see you both together, but I guess if that had happened, the state never would have decayed. As painful as it was to get so close to the victory, it's just another reason why I love this game so much. Every action, every decision can lead to a permanent end. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll see you in the next one.